Hey guys, hope you are all having a great day today, because I know I have been jacked watching both the stock charts for GameStop and AMC all day long. The anticipation for a bullish AMC earnings report was palpable across the market, and many institutions including retirement funds, banks, property investment groups, investment advisor groups among many others have been relentlessly buying AMC stock. This has led the prices to experience a lot of volatility today, with some dramatic surges. The manipulation we saw as both price surges were followed by weird vertical dips is the perfect case to make that these stocks are clearly manipulated beyond any relief. AMC was trending again on Twitter today, as it seems everyone is interested in knowing the financials of this company. As such, today's video is going to be covering what the earnings report says. We are going to talk about everything that came out and what it means for the short-term future of the stock in regards to how the market in general could react to this. I want to thank all my one-time donors and my Patreons, whose support has allowed this channel to blossom the way it has. Hats off to each and every one of you. Before we begin, let me make the disclosure that I am not a financial analyst or advisor, and that all contents discussed in this video are provided as opinions to better understand and grasp the current situation we all face. Everything presented is evidence I collect, and all opinions are based on my own research, experience and knowledge on the matter. I only ask that you guys drop a like if you find the content to be informative and helpful. With that out of the way, let's get into the matter at hand. AMC brought tactical interplanetary nuclear bombs to their earnings calls, making announcements so big and unexpected that they have probably single-handedly caused a mass riot at the offices of the Motley Fool. The guys pulling strings on the media are going to have a huge workload of challenges ahead as to who they will try to spin their narrative, because simply put, AMC is an absolute gem of a stock based on this quarterly earnings report. Let's start covering it. AMC reported a loss per share of 71 cents, compared to Wall Street estimates of a loss of 94 cents per share. Revenue climbed up to $444 million for the quarter, defying the FUD expectations from Wall Street that had expectations at $382 million. This was an absolute massive increase from last year, when the company brought in a mere $19 million due to all the circumstances and closed theaters. Adam Aron said that AMC still has a lot of work moving forward, as by 2019 the company had brought in $1.5 billion. However, as of right now, AMC shares are up by more than 1,500% year to date since the company became extremely famous on social media and Reddit in particular earlier this year. AMC raised yet another $1.25 billion of new equity capital before fees and commission in the second quarter, boosting the quarter-ending liquidity to more than $2 billion, including cash and undrawn revolving lines of credit, which is about the double of previous highest ever such marks in AMC's 101-year history. Ticket revenue is now 29% of what it was 2 years ago in their second quarter, and already in the first week of quarter 3 it is at 45% of what it was. Guys, even under the conditions which this business finds itself, it is still absolutely bringing fire. But guys, this wasn't even the end of it. AMC announced that they will have the technology in place by the end of the year to receive payment in Bitcoin for movie tickets and concessions. Furthermore, AMC CEO Adam Aron announced that the company is in talks to bring movies exclusively to their theaters from Warner Bros. 45 days prior to their streaming services. They are also working with Universal Studios among other big movie houses and companies. He announced that bringing events such as sporting UFC matches has brought in a ton of people. As if that wasn't enough, AMC confirms that they will be bringing 10 new theaters, further expanding as they said they would do. Significant attendance came to the theaters for the events that took place with Halsey and Chance the Rapper, as well as their UFC events. Adam Aron then dropped some bombs when he said that as part of a SPAC, they are on the process of buying out a company who happens to be on the cutting edge of blockchain technology. Does this mean an NFT for AMC as well? This is too early to tell, but Poseidon Almighty, my circuits are burning in full cathartic anticipation of this. Another huge set of news came from the Investor Connect program, which Adam Aron announced has reached 300,000 members. This is a serious source of income for the company, and I could not be any happier. Adam Aron also noted that his tweets has been read more than 72 million times, and that he is actively looking at what people are saying in order to stay in touch with the investor demands. I think this is an area where GameStop's CEO could take notes and perhaps start copying behavior. This is the way to go forward, by being in perfect tune with investors. However, the last and most important thing that came from this actually came from an investor question he addressed. The investor asked if AMC would ever consider partnering up with GameStop for gaming events, to which Adam Aron said he is willing to do so and look into that as an opportunity. This is an amazing and heart-stopping moment. A partnership between two meme stock companies would be an absolute slap on the face to all the media and would certainly drive up the price floor for the squeeze. The fact that he addressed this so directly, as if it is something that has been discussed many times over by him and the board, almost fried my CPU. One thing to note, Adam Aron emphasized on multiple occasions that food and beverages are bringing in a ton of money for the company. Get your popcorn and soda when you go to the theater, guys. And last thing I want to address before we wrap up with daily data is the media. I know for a fact that some motley fool writers and so-quote journalists frequent here on the videos, as I have seen them make Twitter responses to some of my content. Tell me, what else do you have to say for yourself? Bitcoin, crypto, more theaters, more traffic, surge in investor program, more social media engagement than ever, more theater foot traffic, better revenue, exceeding Wall Street expectations, agreements for theater showing time exclusivity, 6-digit numbers for Investor Connect, expansion into sporting events as well as concerts and possibility of a gaming tournament events with GameStop partnership. Tell me again why AMC is a bad stock to buy. Tell me again why I should reinvest in some other crappy company. Show me again where the numbers show AMC is going out of business. I am seriously looking forward to see what last-ditched effort of an excuse you bring up. I will wait for you in the comments. The Fed reported that reverse repo operations for today resulted in over $981 billion. This is quite a dramatic leap from Friday's operations, significantly nearing the $1 trillion mark once again. AMC's dark pool transactions accounted for 68% of the total volume, while GameStop dark pool transactions accounted for 48% of the total volume today. According to Fidelity data, buy order flow for AMC was significantly bigger than the sell order flow, with GameStop's buy order flow being over twice as big as the sell order flow. Now, let us finish up with a recap today's performance. AMC has a very bullish day, gaining over 3% by the time it closed. It began on a bearish wedge in the pre-market, eventually breaking support and reaching $32. The stock then consolidated and found some strength, with which it bounced up to 32.50. The stock remained here for a brief period before moving up. Upon market opening, the stock had a dramatic run up past $24 before being dipped again back to 32.50. The stock then had another run up and stayed right above the VWAP line before moving up again and retesting that high at $34. The stock then once again dipped back down to the VWAP, where it tested breaking 33.80 twice before having a quick but dramatic vertical dip that retested the lower band of VWAP below 32.75. The stock then quickly recovered and consolidated before entering a bullish wedge that brought it up back to $24, pointing a significant development in the chart. The stock ran sideways for a while but with an inclination to break the resistance wall. During the last hour of trading, AMC had a pretty big breakout, running to 35.38. The stock was then quickly met with what I can guess was an attack from hedge fund and friends that dipped the stock back to 34.33. The stock then started making ways to move up before it was cut short by another attack that dipped it back down to 31.61. The stock closed at 33.80, which was still above the VWAP. It is obvious the stock experienced a ton of buying pressure as expectations for a bullish quarterly performance was expected. Great day to overall to be an AMC shareholder, baby. GameStop also had a very bullish performance overall, having a 6% increase in performance today. Upon market opening, GME began with a nice massive run up to 163. The stock was then promptly attacked and dipped down to 157. The stock then over time started progressing and eventually breaking past the previous high, reaching 164.71 as the highest price of the day. The stock dipped a little before making another attempt at challenging that resistance wall before it was attacked and dipped. The stock closed above the VWAP at 161.13. Again, much of the anticipation from AMC reflected on GME, as both stocks have a very complex relationship to each other and are tied to one another in a weird form. For all those who bought the dip last week, today you enjoy the fruits of your faith. Keep on buying the stocks, as these is nothing compared to where we will be. The results that came out today can only bring in more institutional investors as well as change the minds from many retail investors as well. There is no more denying that AMC is a great investment option and that the company is on a full turnaround. I can literally only see AMC moving upwards, no accounting for a squeeze, and expect a ton of shares being bought and held in the near future as a direct result of the positive report we saw today. And with that, I want to ask you guys to let me know how you feel about the video. Let me know what you think of the earning reports and if you are prepared to buy some more AMC shares. Thank you all for all the love and support you give me. I am a relatively small channel in comparison to others, and the fact that so many of you keep coming back really means a ton to me. Big shout out to all the Patreons and one-time donators, whose contributions have carried this channel and everyone who watches it. Links will be in the description if you want to become an active member and help support this channel. Remember to follow me on Twitter if you haven't already, and I hope to see you guys on the next one tomorrow. To the moon.